Okay, so in this video we're going to start discussing parabolas. We've talked about them before, but we're going to look at the equation in a slightly different manner. And so some of the ideas that we've seen in the previous videos are going to be the same with this. And so we're going to have a couple different pieces. We still have a vertex, we have a focus, and we have this thing called the directrix. The directrix is basically a line, and we're familiar with what these two guys are. So axis of symmetry, we've looked at this before. The directrix, this is new. This is not new. We should know what this is, and we know what this is. So there's really only one new thing that we're going to work with here. And so these next few videos, I'm going to talk about what some of these pieces are. So let me go ahead and shrink this. So this is just a little bit of vocab here with an image. And what we have here is we have our focus, which is this guy right here. So F focus. And so the idea here is the focus is just, we're just going to have one point, and it's inside the shape. Don't worry too much, but basically what this means is that if the focus is moving up from the vertex, we just add to our y's. The vertex is this guy right here, and our vertex is still going to be H and K. The directrix is this line, and it's either going to be a y is equal to or an x is equal to. So those are different lines. Don't worry so much about all these different notations here where y is equal to k minus p and stuff like that. So we'll discuss those in greater detail as we do some examples. And then the axis of symmetry is the vertical line that goes through the vertex. And it could also be a y equal to or an x equal to equation. And if you notice at the very top, we have our equation right here. And notice we have the y, which is not squared, and it causes the graph to open up. And then the next slide, I'm going to show you a slightly different equation. We have our h, we have our k, and we have this new guy p. And we're going to talk about that when we discuss our examples. But what you should really be writing down is the general picture, plot all the points, draw the line. Okay, we're doing this in the middle of the day, so we have some bells going off here. And so we have these equations, and I'll write them as we do these guys, but it is basically we're looking at vertex form. Okay? So let's slide here real quick. And this is our translated parabola. And what we have here is the same thing, but notice how we open in a right or left direction. And so notice in this video, the x is not squared, it's the y is squared. So when the x is not squared, we're opening left or right. And once again, this is just a little bit of information. Here's what the picture is going to look like. Notice our directrix in this problem is a vertical line. So this is going to be an x equal to, and our axis of symmetry is a y equal to equation. Our focus is still going to be hk, and our vertex is still going to shift, but our vertex is going to shift left or right depending on our equation. And so just general, this is the picture. We have this new line that's kind of behind the parabola. This is our directrix right here. We still have a focus that's on the inside. We have our shape, and our parabola is going to be opening up, down, left, or right. And then we'll start doing some examples and talk about all these different pieces. But this is the anatomy of a parabola.